The Wolves, as named by head coach Claire Griffiths, assisted by Dan McLaughlin. Number 4, Kirsty Vanderpol. Number 5, Kat Ewing. Number 6, Claire Griffiths. Number 9, Captain Jane Lachlan. Number 11, Peter Wright. Number 12, Lucy Robinson. Number 14, Adam Fraser. Number 17, Belle Atkin. Number 18, Jay Atkin. Number 22, Imogen Longer. Number 26, Garcia.
Hello and welcome into Derby Arena for the BWB National Championship Finals. Up next we've got the Women's Premier League Final between last year's winners, the East London Phoenix, and first time finalists, the Worcester Wolves. All the action live on the BWB YouTube channel. Kaz Bullock here alongside 4-time Paralympian Lou Sugden, who is fresh off a Division 1 win, coaching the team to a title, who's joining us for the game, about to tip off in about 4 minutes. But how are you feeling, Lou? Obviously a big win for you just beforehand.
Yeah, definitely. I'm my adrenaline's still going, but yeah, really excited for this game. This is going to be fantastic.
So we've got two teams here. One could be a potential first-time winner in the Worcester Wolves, and the East London Phoenix looking to retain their title. That's going to be such a good matchup.
I think obviously that will give East London a bit of a fire to keep their title. I think yesterday was their first win against Mohawks this season, so that's fantastic. And obviously they've brought this final energy. Can't wait to see it. But I mean, we'd love to see Worcester win, wouldn't we?
A first time
win.
Winners, yeah. So the East London Phoenix coming through yesterday against the Mohawks. As you said, they'd lost twice to Mohawks in the season. An upset, really, in that semi-final. Mohawks in first place and East London in fourth, knocking off the unbeaten Mohawks. And it was just a huge performance that we saw out there from Katie Morrow and Amy Conroy.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the team that turns up on the day that comes away with the win. And we love upsets, we love drama. And I'm just excited for this one.
It's going to be great, isn't it? I mean, East London, obviously last year's winners, they were a strong team already, and then you throw Katie Morrow out there onto the floor. That's just fantastic. The GB experience, playing for the Northern Islands Academy as well this season in Division 1, but she's such a pure scorer for whichever team she plays on.
She is, and she has been since she started playing. I mean, she debuted at the age of 16 in Rio, and then you could see the talent she had for scoring, and it's great to see her back in love with the game and playing fantastically.
And also alongside her, the league's leading scorer in Amy Conroy. And for me, it's just always a great time when you see Amy Conroy playing basketball.
Yeah, it's great to see her back from injuries that she's had. She's had a difficult couple of years, and we have her on Titans Premier Team as well, and it's been a joy to have her around. A great person and a fantastic basketball player.
And for the Worcester Wolves, so they came through in a really tight semi-final yesterday against the Loughborough Lightning. It was a 52-50 win in a game that no team led by more than 5 points. And it was Jade Atkin, a double-double of 29 points, 16 rebounds, shooting 77% from the field. And Lucy Robinson with 19 points yesterday for the Wolves that helped them get over the edge. And they're just a really fun, exciting, fast team to watch, aren't they?
Jade is one of those players that she can light it up on a day, and if she comes up and she's in that mood, then absolutely, you can see her put some big points on the board. It's an interesting one. You've obviously got Claire at the helm, and she's got so much experience behind her, and a pretty young squad, an exciting squad.
And I always find it a really interesting matchup. You've got a lot of players here across both teams that have been representing at the international level. So teammates at GB, then they come up against each other as rivals. So they've got a bit of an insight into how they like to play.
Yeah, you know your opposition, but as a teammate, but you're going against them for once. And I mean, I always enjoy that. I feel like that gives you a little bit more fire, you know. I just like playing against people that I knew well, because I like to use that against them a little bit.
Yeah, it helps, doesn't it? That's what you have to do out on court.
Yeah, you know their strengths, you know their weaknesses, and I think you can really go, okay, so this person does this well, so let's take that away from them, that kind of thing.
And will teams have had a look at the tape from yesterday as well, so they'll have seen what Jade Atkin did, they'll have seen what Katie Morrow did, and will they try and counter that now today? Yeah,
I think that they will definitely try and shut down those players that had big points on the board yesterday. We'll see if they've got what they need to do it. I don't know. I think that
the paint, and that's kind of used the Mohawks' own game against them. So that's going to be an interesting matchup here.
Yeah, I think that's a really important thing, is just protect your paint, make them do as much from outside as possible, and see what their outside shooters have got.
So let's take a look at the starting fives for both teams. For the East London Phoenix, it will be Sophie Carrigill, Sophie Basson, DB Steele, Amy Conroy and Katie Morrow. And for the Wolves, it will be Kat Yearon, Jade Laughlin, Lucy Robinson, Adele Atkin and Jade Atkin. And I always think this must be pretty cool, getting to play alongside a sibling out on court for Jade and Adele.
I don't think I could do it. I think me and my sister would have just fought. We've got
You'd have to be on a different team.
Yeah, we've got brothers in my Div 1 team, and I genuinely don't know how they do it. But I guess it's a really fun thing. And I think that's something about this sport, isn't it? You get to play with people, like another opportunity you might not get to play with a sibling. So, like, they might not be disabled, you can still play at lower level together, and I think that's a fantastic thing for wheelchair basketball.
It absolutely is. So teams out on court for the tip, it will be Worcester in blue and East London in seafoam. I like this seafoam colour. It's a New York Liberty-esque, this one.
I was going to say, that's a very nice name.
So it will be Conroy and Atkin for the tip. As ball's up and we're underway, and first possession will go to the Wolves. And it's Laughlin with the first possession, guarded by Conroy. Laughlin finds Atkin, great catch from Atkin. 8 seconds on the clock. Atkin turns and fires, bounces off the backhand, but that's the look that the Wolves are going to go for.
I think so, and I think it might just take her a couple of minutes to get into it. She was heavily contested, so we'll see how things progress.
Morrow on the baseline, gets it to go and gets East London onto the scoreboard, a 2-0 lead.
Much easier position for her to get that shot away. Less defence on her, so much easier one for her.
The Wolves looking to get the ball over the halfway line. A long pass down the court to Robinson. There's Robinson against the GB teammate Conroy. Round to Atkin. Atkin using the screen. 5 seconds on the clock. Atkin looking to create and stops, puts it in.
Nice basket.
She just needed one to get warmed up, I think.
Yeah, totally.
So 2-2 here in the first quarter. We are in the first 90 seconds or so the time on the screen will get corrected. There's not 5.1 seconds in the first quarter, as Conroy drops it inside to Carrigill, passes over to Morrow. And Carrigill from the foul line gets the roll. And Sophie Carrigill, we know her as such a strong defensive player, but she's got that shot.
Yeah, she was heavily contested on the first one. It was a very good decision to pass it off and recycle that ball.
Atkin going to wait for the team to catch up. 2-point Phoenix lead.
Oh, this press is suffocating.
Laughlin into Robinson, ball's knocked away by Morrow, and ball will go with the Phoenix.
I thought that was a Wolves ball, but referees know best.
Morrow, the two-time Paralympian, also playing for the Northern Ireland Academy this season, and we've seen it across this weekend, Lou, but players playing so much basketball across divisions.
Yeah, I mean, I am I don't like it when people are playing 3 games back to back, but it is what it is. We love people playing basketball.
We do, and Amy Conroy loves playing basketball as she puts it in the hoop and gives the Phoenix a 4-point lead. Yearan over to Lachlan. Robinson. Back to Atkin.
They're getting it over comfortably, but there's not a lot else happening after that. Oh, I spoke too soon.
And Lachlan takes it to the basket. That's too strong, but rebound's taken away by Morrow. And it's taken a bit of time off the clock as well when they've got the ball over the line for waiting for the team, as Morrow will go end to end, gets the whistle, and Casey Morrow will go to the foul line.
I think they just need a couple more picks in transition to break this press. They're getting the ball over comfortably, but then not really doing a lot else after that.
So a substitution for Worcester as Kat Yearan goes to the bench. And Claire Griffiths comes into the game. And Griffiths, head coach of the team as well, so playing and coaching today.
Yeah, massive amount of experience. She was saying to me yesterday that she does struggle balancing the playing and the coaching, but she's doing a great job, I think.
Doing a fantastic job, yeah. As Morrow at the foul line, she's been averaging 15 points and 7 rebounds for the Phoenix this season. Doesn't get the second, but Robinson has it for the Wolves. Griffiths guarded by Carrigill, over to Atkin. And the Wolves have the ball over the line.
I think that the Phoenix press in this half court, they're just keeping a real flat line and just not allowing any picks to happen.
There's Robinson, a tough shot!
Oh, great shot, great shot.
And Lucy Robinson makes those shots look easy, and it's so difficult, but she's just
it's
so
almost,
good at them.
It's almost like the more pressure, the better.
Yeah. She's like, don't give me an open shot, give me 3 defenders. Patterson. Morrow finds Conroy. Conroy dishes inside to Steele, and Steele gets the roll. That's a great decision there as well from Conroy, isn't it? You can see she's got a good look. You've got a defender on her, but her teammate's got a great look inside with that cut.
Yeah, DB was a little bit off angle, but she did really well with that shot.
And the pressure here from Phoenix, stifling to an 8-second violation. And this is something they're really looking to do. They're really looking to close down Worcester here before they can get into a good rhythm on offense.
It feels like they should be up by more than they are right now, to be honest with you.
It's an 8-4 lead for the Phoenix as Morrow, long 2, nets it.
Just so comfortable out there, isn't she?
She is. And watching her at the European Championships in Sarajevo last October, she was just a fantastic player, adding into that GB team as Atkin looks to answer and gets the roll.
I think that's something that GB has struggled with for a long time, back when I was in team especially, was that one person who's just going to put points on the board really consistently, and I think you found that in these youngsters for sure.
Yeah, Jade Atkin and Katie Morrow both put on really big performances in the Euros particularly as well, and it's great to see that young talent.
And Lucy Robinson as well.
Yeah, Lucy was unstoppable in that Netherlands
final,
oh
my goodness. I was actually out at a competition at that point, and I was watching it with my teammate who knows nothing about basketball, and we were on the edge of our seats.
So Phoenix ball from the end line. Conroy into Carrigill. Back to Conroy. Carrigill. Morrow. Morrow with time running down. Shots in and out. And rebound for Worcester as Atkin will take it. Robinson. Robinson, long pass over to Atkin, can't save it inside, so it'll go back the way of the Phoenix.
That's a shame, because that's probably the most set offense they've had this entire game so far.
So 4:37 to play. It's a 10-6 lead for the Phoenix over the Wolves. As Morrow will set things up for the Phoenix. Steele Round to Conroy. Conroy working against Lachlan. Morrow, and ball will go out of bounds.
The defensive switching there from Worcester was really solid. They knew exactly who they wanted to leave and who they wanted to put the pressure on.
And it's resulted in a turnover, and then they get the ball back and a chance to score.
Exactly.
So Adele Atkin over to Griffiths. And a good read there from Morrow. Ball will go out of bounds and stays with the Wolves. But plays like that just so disruptive, aren't they? Stop the flow of the offence.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to see Worcester get some points on the board here. Make it a nice close game.
As Robinson drops it inside. Carrigill picks up the loose ball. Morrow has it for East London.
Oh, that curl by Sophie Carrigill.
As Conroy can't get the roll. And that's something Sophie Carrigill does so well, doesn't she? She's such an expert at that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that guards don't get the credit they deserve on these things. Like, they're just making such great shots for their forwards. I was a guard, so, always bigging up the guards.
As Lachlan splashes it in for the Wolves. My favourite Sophie Carrigill stat of all time, and I like to drop this in just whenever I can. She was a plus 53 in 22 minutes playing at the European Championships against Turkey. And that just shows the impact that she has off the ball.
Yeah, wow, that's an incredible stat.
As Conroy adds 2 more for the Phoenix, and Amy Conroy up to 4 points today. As the Wolves look to answer, it's a 4-point game. Atkin runs into Carrigill, over to Griffiths. Robinson with the short shot, bounces out. And we've seen a few of those today, those good looks, but the shots just popped out a few times across courts.
My players were actually saying that the baskets are a bit unpredictable, or at least they hadn't had time to get used to them yet. So there's probably an element of that. It depends, I guess, how many games you've had over this weekend.
That's true, and Worcester as well haven't. Their other game was over on court 2, so this is the first time Worcester will be playing on this court.
And of course, some of these women have just played a match with a size 7 basketball. Now they're switching over to a size 6, which I always found it way harder to go from a 7 to a 6 than the other way around.
As balls into Carrigill. Morrow.
Never had that much finesse when I shot.
And Morrow,
Beautiful.
a tough shot on the baseline. And Katie Morrow now up to 6 points for the Phoenix. They stretch the lead up to 6.
She makes a big difference in this team, doesn't she?
She really does. And what a boost as well for the Phoenix to be able to sign her this season. As Atkin passes over to Griffiths. Has some space, puts it up and in.
Trademark shot there for Claire. Made a career on hitting those little mid-range shots.
And how does it help that some of the younger players on this Wolves team having someone as experienced as Claire Griffiths out there?
I mean, she's a great coach. She has such a great understanding of the game, and she just has a really great ability to explain and get good things out of people. So I'm really happy she got the job. I think it's a really great move for Worcester.
And it's great as well to see more women moving into coach. I know yourself and Robin Love, Laurie Williams and Jude Hamer have been involved in the Women's League on the coaching side.
I love to see it, to be honest with you. I'm a big advocate for women taking those roles.
As Griffiths, that one doesn't drop.
Not that one. And like, I coach out at Eurocup, I help out with Titans, and the number of times that referees will not acknowledge me as a female coach, I definitely make a deal out of that and get them to listen.
As Steele banks in 2 more for the Phoenix.
Oh, I think we're a bit tied up.
Stuck together.
No, we're good. Just hemmed in.
So setting the back pick. As Wolves have the ball, Robinson. And knocked away by Morrow. She's done that a few times now. And she has such a good read of the pass, but such a long reach, uses a wingspan really well.
Bit of confusion there between Amy and Sophie.
as Conroy using the screen from Carrigill, that's short. And the Wolves are looking to cut this down from 6 points. We're in the final minute of the first quarter. Pass over to Lachlan. Robinson against Patterson. Robinson shots up, off the rim, Steele with the rebound. And Morrow over to Conroy. Conroy under the basket, using the glass.
Fantastic finish. I thought that Jade was going to foul her then, but she kept her hands on her wheels.
So 23.4 seconds in the first quarter. It's an 18-10 lead for the Phoenix over the Wolves. Griffiths. Long pass into Atkin, and Atkins fouled under the basket.
I guess that's that sibling connection you're talking about. That was a fantastic curl there by Adele Atkin.
So the Wolves will take it from the end line. That's taken some time off the clock. We've got 18.7 seconds.
Timeout?
Yeah, timeout. So teams will talk it over. So that gives the Wolves a chance to draw something up here. And you've got time, you can use the clock.
Yeah, I think they'll probably just work on getting the bigs either a mismatch or inside the key. Both bigs that are on the floor are pretty comfortable over that mismatch. They've just got to be confident in the shots.
And the Phoenix up 8 points here. They've got 8 points in the paint to Worcester's 2, and that's something we've seen, that Conroy drive, that shot from Morrow. That's certainly something they're going to keep to try and go for.
I think so, and I can't quite see the stats, but I think that Worcester haven't had many points in the paint so far.
Yeah, just 2.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of their stuff's come from outside, so I think that, like you said at the beginning, they're doing a really good job of just keeping that paint safe. I mean, also their press is quite stifling, so that will help because they've got so little time once they get down into an offense.
And both teams shooting well. I mean, the Wolves shooting 50% from the field, which you'd say, yeah, that's a good percentage, but the Phoenix shooting 75%.
Wow, okay.
So that's
quite
the difference maker, I think. So teams coming back out on court. 18.7 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. Wolves looking to cut into this Phoenix lead, as Griffiths will take it from the baseline. So let's see what the Wolves have drawn up here. Ball's into Robinson. Robinson over to Atkin. And ball's knocked away by Patterson. Lachlan has it. Griffiths to Robinson. Time running down. And Lachlan will have it. Atkin under pressure from Conroy and draws the foul. So Jade Atkin will go to the free throw line. 1.3 seconds on the clock, and not a score from the field, but an opportunity here for the Wolves.
Let out jail a little bit there by that foul by Conroy. Let's see if she can knock these down.
So Jade Atkin, 16.6 points per game this season for the Wolves, alongside 10.5 rebounds and 5.3 assists. And Jade Atkin's such a real all-round player, isn't she? She's able to facilitate well, but can crash the boards and score when she needs to.
She sees the floor really well, and she's quite a selfless player, but she will also just knock points down.
So that'll do it for the end of the first quarter. An 8-point lead for the Phoenix over the Worcester Wolves. The Phoenix having been led by Katie Morrow with 6 points and 4 assists, along with 2 rebounds, and Amy Conroy 6 points as well for the Phoenix. And then for the Wolves, it's been Jade Atkin with 4 points and an assist. So what kind of adjustments would you like to see from the Wolves coming out of this quarter break here?
I think if they keep the press on, I think that there just needs to be a little bit more crossing picking early on. Phoenix are doing a really good job of keeping a flat line, especially in the back court, and they're not giving any picking opportunities, which means that someone just needs to kind of turn the defender away, or there needs to be a little bit more movement from the people trying to get down the floor. I think that if they can get that picking sorted, then the rest they'll get layups, easy stuff.
They'll open up things a bit.
I think so, yeah, I think so. But, you know, the defensive pressure is immense. So, I mean, that's credit to Phoenix, isn't it? But I think that considering that pressure, they're still in touching distance. So I think that we could still see quite a game here.
Yeah, and a couple of shots that, you know, a bounce goes another way, it could be even closer than it is. So
absolutely, yeah.
Both teams coming into this quite evenly matched. So London averaging 54.3 points a game, Worcester 50.8, and both teams with a similar defence. London have been holding teams to 45.5 points, Worcester to 45.7. But I think the interesting thing as well, we saw East London hold the Mohawks to under their average yesterday as well, so they've really sort of switched up that defensive mindset.
Their defensive pressure, I mean, that's going to put every team under pressure, isn't it? And it's so frustrating when you're on offense and you're like, I'm doing everything I can and I still can't get the ball over, you know.
And as a team as well, when you come up with a big defensive stop, I know players always say it can be just as good as a huge three or a big shot, that defensive stop or an 8-second call, just get the team pumped up.
I was always more of a defensive player, and I really just think that if you have a solid defense, it just gives you the freedom to do what you need to do on offense.
So second quarter underway and it's Phoenix possession. Conroy looking for a path inside and a foul called on the floor. So that'll be the first team foul against the Wolves. London will go from the end line.
Kat plays for my women's league team, and she's a worker. She is a worker.
Conroy. Shots up and down. Amy Conroy up to 8 points now, leading the way for the Phoenix. I mean, she's the league's leading scorer for a reason.
She is. They were shouting for the cover, but it never came. So I think that's an adjustment the Wolves can make, just on their defence, get that cover in a bit sooner, especially on the leading scorer for the league.
Loughlin. And Robinson against Morrow. Robinson long pass over to Atkin, but an offensive foul call will go against the Wolves.
That's a pretty good call, to be fair. It wasn't a subtle one.
So Conroy on the baseline. It's a 10-point lead for the Phoenix. And for the Phoenix, we saw it's the fifth season in the Women's Premier League. The Phoenix came second the first three seasons against the Loughborough Lightning, the Loughborough team that three-peated, and then winning last year. And they've been so consistent in the programme as Conroy fading away. Doesn't get the bounce that time, but the growth of the programme and then winning last year and getting back to the final this year must be a real boost for them.
It's great to see. I feel like the teams are a lot more balanced this year than they've been in previous years, and I think that just makes for a more exciting season.
Definitely.
And I'm all for the underdog, you know. I love to see it.
It really does feel like there's a lot of parity this season, like any team can beat anyone on a given day.
I think that proves the final here. I mean, we've got, the fourth place team here?
Fourth place in the Phoenix and second in Worcester, yeah.
So, yeah, it just shows that it's anyone's day. Who turns up?
So Jodie Waite checks into the game and Sophie Carrigill goes to the bench for the Phoenix. It's Wolves ball from the sideline. Yearan into Atkin. Atkin, nice pass and drops it inside to Loughlin. Can't finish.
Shot clock was not in their favour there either.
Conroy passed down to Morrow on the baseline. Now Atkins, hand in her face, passes out to Steele. Some good defence there from Atkin. As Conroy, 3 seconds on the clock. Patterson rolling to the basket, banks it in.
Fantastic awareness there to see Patterson down the middle. Great finish.
And Sophie Patterson, last year's MVP of the National Championship Finals for the Phoenix.
I mean, obviously, I think she's a great player. She's on my Div 1 team.
I mean, just played before as well and winning the Division 1 championship.
Yeah. Switching from a size 7 to a size 6 and still nails it.
Atkin. Loughlin under the basket. That's a tough shot. Atkin gets the rebound, though. Another chance for the Wolves and she'll finish.
She's not missing that one.
Jade Atkin up to 6 points now for the Wolves. It's a 10-point game. We've got 7 2.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Conroy finds Steele. Steele inside, gets the roll. And DB Steele up to 6 points today.
That was a great finish, and I think she was fouled on it as well. But this defense, caught napping.
As Lachlan out and racing, Morrow gets the rebound.
She's not going to get an easier one today, I don't think.
Steele. The ball's knocked away. Yearan has it. Robinson up ahead. Robinson all alone will take it to the basket. Stops and lays it in for two.
Those are sometimes the hardest shots because you're out on your own. All eyes are on you.
And everybody's watching.
Yeah, everyone's watching. You get in your own head. Oh, nightmare.
Patterson under the basket. That's too strong, but Steele with a big rebound. And the Phoenix get another chance as Waite at the foul line. Shot doesn't fall. And again, Robinson out in transition, racing down the court. And Robinson will go back to back. And a nice little run here from the Wolves.
Yeah, it's good to see, isn't it? I mean, the Phoenix defense has just been caught napping twice now. They need to make an adjustment. I think the shots come from the top a couple of times and they've not rotated to cover.
3-second call under the basket, so the Wolves get another stop and another chance here.
Things just aren't going their way right now, are they?
It's been a 6-4 run. Sorry, no, it's been a 6-all run this quarter, so tied here in the second quarter, but 24-16 the Phoenix leading as Beth Wheeler checks into the game for the Phoenix.
7 weeks after having a baby, I believe.
That's impressive.
It is, yeah.
That's incredibly impressive.
Yeah. It's incredible. I don't know how people do it.
Kelsey Lamb out onto the floor for the Wolves. Robinson using the screen, has space, shot short. Morrow gets the rebound. Long pass down the court to Conroy. And ball will go out of bounds. Stays Phoenix possession, but great hustle there from the Wolves.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see a foul there, to be honest with you. Luckily, everyone's all right.
And Nikita Wright just getting in the way there on defense. So Phoenix possession from the end line. Ball's into Wheeler. Back to Conroy. Shot bouncing about but doesn't drop. As foul goes against the Phoenix.
Probably didn't need to give that one, in my opinion.
So Griffith will take it from the sideline. 5:28 to play. You have a slight discrepancy on the scoreboard on the screen, but we'll keep you updated. There is just over 5 minutes to play, and it's a 24-16 lead for the Phoenix. Robinson fading away, and shots waved off.
I think the foul was on the floor
before the shot.
Yeah, it was on Beth Wheeler, so way before the shot.
So Wolves go again from the baseline. Griffith. Ball's into Robinson. Robinson working against Morrow. Passes over to Atkin. Atkin. Oh, nets it!
Fading away. Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
And it's really tough to shoot over Amy Conroy when she's defending you. She's got a really long wingspan.
She's very long. Very long arms.
So it's a 6-point game. The Wolves chipping away into this Phoenix lead.
I'm not sure what they're called here.
It was on the floor. Couldn't quite see where it was, but that'll go against the Wolves. So London will take it from the end line.
No, it's called on Lucy Robinson.
And that's a second foul for the Wolves.
Not ideal, but, you know, you get 1 a quarter. That was always my motto.
Oh, I like that. And then a bonus one.
Yeah. And if you're not using them, you're wasting them.
Wait, tomorrow. Morrow finds a path to the basket, drives all the way, count it, and the foul.
Great finish.
Big bucket there from Morrow.
What a finish. She knew she was going to get fouled. She put it in the basket, didn't worry about it, and now she's got one more to come.
And that's such good control to be able to do that, because that's tough if you get knocked slightly off balance or...
Yeah, a lot of players do get a little bit like they're expecting the foul, so it kind of changes what they do with the shot, but your shot has to stay the same, and you take the contact and you do with it what you can.
As Morrow completes the three-point play. And Morrow now up to 9 points, leading all scorers so far. Jade Atkin with 8 for the Wolves. So a 9-point Phoenix lead. Griffiths to Atkin, back to Griffiths. And a short shot, that's off the rim. Conroy takes the ball. Conroy to Morrow and...
Oh, such a shame, because Beth had a line to the basket there.
So Phoenix take it from the end line. 12 seconds on the shot clock.
And we've spoken about Claire being experienced. You've also got Ali Orabemi on the Phoenix coaching team, and also a huge amount of experience.
Absolutely, and coaching and playing across the Titans team as well.
Yeah.
As Conroy, tough catch, and 3-second call inside, so the Wolves get it back. And how good is it to see as well, like players that have played and are now coaching and sharing that experience with the next generations? I
think it's great. I don't think all players make good coaches, but some do, and if they've got that wealth of experience, I just love the idea of passing it on, and hopefully we'll find the next generation of coaches from this group of women.
So Wolves possession, we see Sophie Carrigill back out on court for the Phoenix. Robinson.
You can see the amount of pressure they're putting on Robinson out there.
It's just straight to her as Atkin has it. Atkin, shot bounces out, gets her own rebound. Now what a save! It goes to the Phoenix though, but Jade Atkin.
I don't know what they're going to call. I think maybe a charge on Atkin.
So a blocking foul, so it will be Worcester possession again, so that's against the Phoenix.
Okay, cool.
And substitution for the Wolves as Nikita Wright heads to the bench and Adele Atkin back in. So Griffiths into Lamb. Lamb lines it up, that's too strong, and Conroy grabs another rebound. Amy Conroy, 3 rebounds, 3 assists and 8 points. There's a bit of everything out there for the Phoenix as she runs into Atkin. Wait, driving to the basket, high off the glass and banks it in.
She's another one of those workers. You see her, she's working at 100% all the time when she's on the floor. It's fantastic.
And she doesn't stop moving, does she?
No, she doesn't. I'm worried about her whipping someone with her hair, though.
Lamb on the baseline, off the rim. And ball's loose, picked up by Robinson. Atkin, driving, stops, banks into.
Great pick up there by Robinson.
And leads down to single digits for the Phoenix. And the Wolves are having these little runs within in the quarter.
Yeah, it'd just be great to see them kind of keep them going for a little bit longer, make it a little bit closer.
Conroy. Wait, round to Morrow. And ball will just go out of bounds. So Wolves will have it on the sideline. And for the Wolves, they've been getting these stops now, and they really want to be able to capitalise on that, because it's one thing to get the stop, you stop Phoenix scoring, but then you need to put some points on the board yourself.
This is a really important offense for them. Like, they've got a great stop down there, and now they just need to put the ball in the basket.
As Adele Atkin finds Griffiths.
But again, the pressure on them is just immense.
You can see it there. You can see Morrow just a hand in the face. As Atkin over to Robinson, drops it inside, great pass to Lamb, doesn't get the bounce.
Great vision though to get the ball to her. It was a little bit later than I would have liked, but it got there eventually.
So Kelsey Lamb will have a chance at the foul line for the Wolves. But again, it's that pressure, and you can see Conroy pressuring Robinson.
Yeah, they know exactly what they need to do. They know exactly the players that they need to have the pressure on. And they're executing right now, Phoenix. Their defence is just not giving Wolves anything at all. Well, that's not true.
They've got themselves to the foul line.
They're making the decision, I think, about who they want to take the shot.
Yeah.
Kelsey's been out for a little while with an injury as well, so she's probably not shooting quite as well as she would normally.
Oh, as she gets the second one?
That is commentator's curse, isn't it?
Right on cue.
Right on cue.
And Kelsey Lamb as well, so she's been playing for the Coventry Comets in Division 1 South, also playing London Titans Women's League. So again, a player with a lot of experience across the league.
A lot of experience. Is that my basket? I think that's my points. Anyway, I'm claiming them.
Yeah. Definitely an assist, if not.
I think so. I do that when I'm coaching as well. If someone goes on and scores, my points.
That seems right.
I think it's fair.
So an 8-point game. Morrow, long two, in and out.
It looked good. It looked good,
didn't it? Just over 2 minutes to play here before half time. As Atkin has it for the Wolves, looking to take this down to a 2-possession game. Atkin, 7 seconds on the clock. Around to Robinson. 2 seconds, Robinson from the elbow.
What a shot. All the pressure. Shot clock right at the end. Incredible.
So a 6-point game, 29-23. Phoenix leading over the Wolves. Just over 90 seconds to play in the first half. Carrigill, great pass inside to Conroy, who's fouled under the hoop. So Conroy.
Is that Robinson on 3? Yes.
It is. So that's a bit of a difficult position, isn't it, for the Wolves?
Yeah, they're not going to want to take her off. She's going to have to play smart.
Robinson with 8 points and 4 rebounds and 4 assists for the Wolves so far. Well, this is such a big part of the offense for the Wolves.
Yeah, I feel like they have to keep her on the floor for now. She's just going to have to keep her hands to herself.
Conroy doesn't get the first to fall. And Amy Conroy draws 6 fouls a game, and that leads to 5.6 free throw attempts for her per game. And she's really good at being able to do that and taking advantage of that, and gets the points there.
She's got a great set shot. It's a really comfortable one for her. I think we've got timeout.
Yeah, timeout called. 30-23. East London leading over Worcester. And if we have a look at the 3rd and 4th place game, the Mohawks up over the Loughborough Lightning at half time.
That doesn't look like quite as an exciting game as this one.
Leanna Adams with 14 points leading the way for the Mohawks.
I still feel like this one could go either way. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, definitely. This is anybody's game here. Just a 7-point game here just before half time. And we've seen in this quarter, it's been a 13-12 run for the Wolves over the Phoenix. So outscoring the Phoenix just by a point at the moment. But they've had those short little bursts where they've got a couple of baskets in a row.
It feels like they figured out how to get through this press. And like I said, at quarter time, that was going to be really crucial to the rest of the game. I think they've just maybe not finished quite as well as I would have liked. They've had some really open shots. But, there's a lot of game left to play, right?
There is, yeah. And is it sometimes a case of, you've got yourself into that position. The shot hasn't dropped, but you've kind of done the hard work of getting the look that you want, so the shots will come?
I think so. I think that sometimes you just got to be really patient with it. Keep putting in the work, keep getting into those positions, and just have faith in yourself and confidence. I always say to my players, have some confidence. Like, you've worked hard, you've taken a lot of shots.
Yeah, and there's a reason you're here in the final.
It will come.
So Lamb with the ball for the Wolves. Over to Griffiths. Robinson to Atkin, and it will go out of bounds. So Phoenix ball. Katie Morrow with 9 points so far for the Phoenix.
Adele Atkin on the floor. So Oh, that was an opportunity missed there.
So the ball goes back the way of the Wolves.
She's still on the floor. We'll get her up and resume.
And a big thank you to everybody watching live on the BWB YouTube channel. We've had 20 games, or we will have had 20 games across the weekend over 2 courts, over 2 days. We've seen some fantastic games so far, haven't we?
It's been quite a weekend so far, hasn't it?
It's brilliant, and it's great to see the support here out in the crowd and everybody watching at home. If you've missed any of the games, you can go back and watch them. Someone might be out there watching all 20 games.
Wow, yeah. I mean, that's a lot of basketball. I watched a bit last night, did a bit of scouting on for our Div 1 game. It's a useful resource to have.
It is, and obviously the Premier Division game will be coming up, the Premier Division final coming up at 4 o'clock today. But back out on the court, it's Griffiths. Go into the basket. That's too strong. It's tipped. Wait gets the rebound.
I think she was a bit indecisive between the backboard and straight in there.
And jump ball will be called. Possession arrow is with the Wolves. So 34.9 seconds in the quarter. Griffiths will go from the sideline.
The bench are calling for one shot here, I think.
Ball's into Atkin. Robinson.
So basically they're looking for them to run the clock down as much as possible.
Just use the time and take the last shot.
Yeah.
It's inside to Atkin. Atkin adds another, and even with Katie Morrow's hand in her face, she's still able to finish.
Fantastic finish.
12 seconds. Leah Smith for the Phoenix. Carrigill. 5 seconds. Carrigill over to Conroy. Conroy rolling to the basket, leaves it short, gets her own rebound. And the basket's good with time running down. Conroy fouled and will go to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
That basket there was created by Jodie's cut to basket. Fantastic. And Amy just knew exactly what she was going for, exactly where she needed to be. She took 2 shots, but, we'll let her off. She got it in the end.
So Conroy with 1 to come, and there'll be 0.3 seconds on the clock. And a really good use of the clock there for the Phoenix to be able to get a shot off.
Definitely not what Wolves were going for, I don't think.
And Amy Conroy out of the European Championships last year, averaged just under 8 points a game. Had a 13.6 rebound game against France. Obviously bringing home the silver medal with the team in that really exciting final against the Netherlands.
Oh, it was such a great game.
As Conroy hits the free throw, and there'll be 0.3 seconds on the clock here for the Wolves. Griffiths will inbound, and Atkin will just hold it. So at the end of the first half, it's a 33-25 lead for the Phoenix over the Wolves, and a 15-all quarter there. So the Phoenix winning that first quarter 18-10. They do have an 8-point lead, but the Wolves have been able to pull it back in the second.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a more even quarter. I actually thought that Wolves maybe deserved to come away with a few more points in that one. But it makes for an exciting game, doesn't it?
It certainly does. So if we look at the scorers here for East London, it'll be Amy Conroy leading the way with 12 points so far after that made free throw, 4 rebounds and 4 assists. And Katie Morrow with 9 points, 5 rebounds and 4 assists for the Phoenix. And then for the Wolves, Jade Atkin with 12 points and 4 rebounds. Lucy Robinson with 8 points, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And Robinson on those 3 fouls. And is that something maybe the Wolves might need to change up anything in the second half? Or just, as you said, Lucy just needs to...
I think she just needs to be smart and make sure she doesn't go out there and get a 4th really early. If she can make it to the end of the third quarter on 3 fouls, I think that would be a real ideal situation for them. I think that it's difficult when you're a big, defending bigs, to not give that foul. But I hope she's got the smarts to pull it off, because her team need her out there. And I think that taking her off would really change this game.
And if we look at the points in the paint, so 16 points in the paint for the Phoenix, to the Wolves 12. And we saw earlier in the first quarter the Wolves were just 2, so they've been able to kind of counter there and bring that back. So a good sign for them.
Definitely, they've managed to get in way more and get some slightly easier shots off. And I think that in the second half, if they can keep doing that, then it's definitely going to keep putting the pressure on Phoenix.
And the Wolves actually out-rebounding the Phoenix on the offensive glass, 3 rebounds to 2. 4 second chance points for the Wolves to the Phoenix's 2. But that's, again, in games when the margin is so close, the defensive rebounds are so crucial.
Offensive rebounds, it can be a game changer, totally.
So at half-time, 33-25, the Phoenix leading over the Wolves. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back with you in around 5 minutes' time. Hello and welcome back in to Derby Arena. We're here for the second half of the Women's Premier League final between the East London Phoenix and the Worcester Wolves. And as we head into the third quarter, it's a 33-25 lead for the Phoenix over the Wolves. And they've been led by Amy Conroy with 12 points and 4 rebounds. And then leading the way for the Wolves, it is Jade Atkin with 12 points and 4 rebounds. And the East London Phoenix looking to go back-to-back and retain their WPL title. And they've certainly come out with force, haven't they, Lou?
They're looking good for it right now. They need to come out here and just really attack this third quarter, because games can be won and lost in the third quarter. And when it's close like this, they can't let off the gas at all. So it'd be really interesting to see if they come back out with that press that they had at the beginning of the game. And just putting all that immense pressure on Wolves.
And that press that we saw, that was so effective for them, wasn't it, early on?
It really was. I mean, Wolves were struggling to get much from it, and then they kind of let off a little bit. So, yeah, I'd like to see them put it back on with that intensity if they're going to come away with this win today.
And for the Wolves, a 15-all run in that second quarter. We said the Wolves had some short runs, a couple of back-to-back baskets, able to get the stops against the Phoenix. And we said it almost felt like the Wolves should have come out on top in that quarter.
It did feel like they should have won that one. I thought that there was a lot more going their way, especially more so than in the first quarter. I think that they've got the capability. They just need to connect the stops and the scores for them.
And the last time these two teams met up in the league, Worcester did take the win 73-65. They had a huge 50 points in the paint in that game compared to East London's 36. But there was no Katie Morrow out on the floor for East London, and she does make such a difference.
Katie makes a massive difference for them defensively as well as offensively. Like, obviously she's putting points on the board, but she's another big presence in the key. And she means that they can kind of match up a little bit better. Previously, it would have probably come down to DB, and she's just not got the height that Katie's got.
So Amy Conroy will inbound to start off the third quarter. And ball's in tomorrow. Back to Conroy.
Oh, Adele Atkins out again.
So she'll just get helped up. And East London will take it again. And in the Women's Premier League, we saw the Loughborough Lightning with those first 3 titles, the Phoenix winning last year. And it's been great to see the growth of the women's game in this country.
I love to see it. I think that maybe a 4-team league would make it a little bit more competitive and enable more growth. But it's great to see so many women taking part. And I mean, I think the standard and the kind of equality between the teams this year has really made it way more exciting. I mean, the years when Loughborough were just blowing everybody out was, I don't know, it wasn't my favourite.
You've got a bit more parity, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's really good, and I think that's just going to develop things.
Yeah, and it helps players develop, doesn't it, as well, playing that close.
I think so.
Matchup.
I don't think anyone really learns anything from a 70-point win. I don't know if there were any 70-point wins off the top of my head, but...
The ball's into Steele. Steele doesn't get it to go. Lucy Robinson has the rebound for the Wolves as they look to cut into this 8-point Phoenix lead. And there's the press from the Phoenix. And it'll be an 8-second call. So just as they did to start the first quarter, they've come out here in the third.
Yeah, I thought Wolves would have handled that a little bit better than they did, but I think it took them by surprise a little bit. It didn't surprise me. I was expecting it. I mean, it's been their strength, right?
It's what they've been doing, yeah. As Conroy against Atkin. Good hands there from Adele Atkin. Just knocks the ball out of bounds.
And Lucy couldn't quite grab onto it.
So 6 seconds on the shot clock for the Phoenix. Conroy, ball's into Carrigill. Conroy, 4 seconds. Conroy gets it to drop. And Conroy now up to 14 points.
Yeah, she had Lucy on her left-hand side, but because Amy's a right-hand shooter, she was able to get that shot off quite comfortably.
She's a very efficient shooter as well, is Amy Conroy as well. She's very, she'll see a shot and she's not going to take something that is, it's an unlikely one. She's very, very calculated in a good way about the shots that she's going to take.
She doesn't take stuff unless she has to, or if she's in a great position.
A great stop at that end from the Phoenix as Morrow against Atkin. Carrigill.
Maybe fancying the mismatch.
And shot bounces out. And a long pass down the court. Great catch from Robinson. And Loughlin driving to the hoop. Shot rolls out.
It's those little ones that I think really would have made a difference in this game if they could have got those kind of layups.
Because they're great looks, aren't they, for the Wolves?
They're really good looks.
Pass.
Really good looks. Really good kind of breaking the floor. Not got the finish on the end of it. She's beating herself up a little bit about it, I think.
So foul against the Wolves, and it'll be Phoenix ball from the baseline. So a 10-point lead for East London. And substitution for the Wolves as Kelsey Lamb checks in alongside Claire Griffith. Conroy into Morrow. Back to Conroy. Inside to Steele, and Steele rolls off the rim.
It's a good look.
Lamb runs into Conroy. Atkin has it. Wolves have it over the halfway line.
That halfway line's getting a bit close.
Lamb. And Atkin under the basket.
Are they going to give
will
it?
They count it?
I feel like they should have called that earlier if they were going to stop it. I mean, they should have stopped it earlier.
So no basket. Basket is waved off. And it will be Wolves ball from the baseline. Griffiths into Atkin. Drops it down to Griffith, and again, ball pops out. So unlucky on some of these shots.
Yeah, that one looked like a great shot. Springy baskets, maybe.
Morrow over to Carrigill. Steele, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Steele lines it up. That's too strong. Robinson gets the rebound.
Great cross there from Kelsey.
And Robinson will set things up for the Wolves. And Robinson going all the way to the basket, weaving through traffic.
Yeah, they needed those 2 points. It felt like things had stagnated a little bit.
And cuts it back down to a single-digit game. So an 8-point Phoenix lead.
Now if they could get a really solid stop here.
And we saw that's something they were able to do in the second, weren't they? They were getting the stops, but maybe just not capitalising on the offensive end.
Yeah, I think they just need to figure out who they want to take the shot.
As Carrigill doesn't get it to go from the foul line. Atkin. Atkin under pressure from Carrigill, gets it over to Robinson.
Again, we're seeing that flat line of defence from Phoenix. It's so difficult to break.
It's just making a wall as Lamb going to the basket, in off the glass. That's a fantastic move from Lamb.
Yeah, she came out of nowhere.
And Lamb with 3 points today, been averaging 2.8 this season in the WPL. And a really good start for her off the bench as Morrow has it for the Phoenix. It's a 6-point game. Morrow will make it 8 and a chance to increase it as she takes the contact.
We've seen that a couple of times, haven't we, today? She's just focused on her shot and whatever happens, happens.
And that's such a That's such a good trait to have, isn't it? She knows what she wants to do and she's going to do it.
Yeah, and it's a really difficult thing to kind of ignore the fact that you're about to get clattered.
Just stay focused. Yeah. Morrow doesn't get the free throw. Conroy has the rebound, so another chance here for the Phoenix. Carrigill over to Morrow. And Morrow drops it inside to steal. Fantastic shot there. And for Katie Morrow as well, also representing Northern Ireland at the 3x3 Commonwealth Games qualifiers. And does some of that 3x3 experience really help you when you're back on the 5-on-5 game? Because it is so physical.
I think so. I think also, I mean, it is a different game, but it definitely improves your like half-court game. Yeah. Because it is just half-court, right?
Shot doesn't drop for the Wolves. Morrow leading the way down the court. Approaching the halfway point of the third quarter. Conroy, steal all alone under the basket. Doesn't get the bounce, but tips it back. So another chance here on offense for the Phoenix. It's Conroy. 7 seconds on the clock. Conroy drops it inside to Patterson. And Patterson rolling to the basket.
Fantastic finish. So much pressure on her.
So a timeout called, and it's a 12-point lead for the Phoenix. Just under 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. And the Phoenix, they are getting those looks inside again. I probably sound like a broken record here, but those spots in the paint, those cuts like we just saw there to Patterson going to the basket, that's working so well for them.
They are cutting down the shots from the bigs to a certain extent. And actually the guards are just finishing at the moment. And also DB Steele, she's finished a couple inside. So I think, they're kind of choosing who they want to take the shots, but those players are also just scoring.
yeah, because it can be a case of, okay, we've got the look, but you can't always finish. But they're being very effective in doing so. So a 41-29 lead for the Phoenix. And the Phoenix still shooting really well from the field. 54% today from the field to 45% for the Wolves. Again, that's not a bad shooting percentage.
No, not at all. I think, like most days, you'd take a 45% shooting percentage in the wheelchair game. So, yeah. It's great to see in the women's game that high percentage of shooting. I think this game's been a great advertisement for women's wheelchair basketball.
It really has on the semi-final yesterday as well. Both semi-finals yesterday, really close games.
Fantastic basketball happening on the floor.
So teams coming back out onto the court. And it'll be Wolves' possession. So Wolves ball as they'll take it. And we'll see Kat Yearon back out on court for the Wolves. Now it's balls into Lamb. Lamb over to Robinson.
Oh, and it's coming for us.
I think Katie tried to save us.
Thanks, Katie.
It will be Wolves' possession. We are in quite a hazardous spot, I think. We are quite close to the court on this sideline. It's made for some good up-close plays, though, that you can see.
Best spot on the court, right?
It is. As ball will stay with the Wolves on the end line. 7 seconds on the shot clock. And again, Phoenix just being disruptive here on defense. As ball's into Atkin, it's knocked away. Atkin picks it up, it's loose. And Robinson, 3 seconds. Robinson under pressure. Oh, what a shot from Robinson.
She was like, I like this mismatch, I'm taking it.
That was such a tough shot for Robinson. It's a 10-point game. Morrow. Carrigill back to Morrow. Carrigill over to Conroy. 7 seconds. Conroy lines it up, knocks it down. And Conroy now up to 16 points for the Phoenix.
I mean, when your option is Amy Conroy on the screen or DB Steele inside, what do you choose? Because they've both been hitting.
I'm glad that I don't have to choose. But that's what makes this Phoenix team so dangerous, isn't it? Because they have so many options.
They do, and I mean, even if you rotated off one of the lows, Sophie Carroll and Sophie Patterson have both hit quite a few points today, or taken their opportunities at least.
They certainly have, as Wolves knocked out at the halfway line. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And a 10-6 run for the Phoenix over the Wolves. We saw the Wolves put up the highest points total in that second quarter. That one where it was 15 all. But again, it's that pressure from the Phoenix on defence. As Atkins swings it round to Robinson. 5 seconds. Robinson back to Atkin. Oh. And Lamb turns and spins. Oh, doesn't get it to bounce. I think we both felt that when Sophie Patterson got a ball knocked on the head.
She's made of tough stuff. She'll be fine.
And substitution for the Wolves as Griffiths back out onto the court. And we'll see Ellen Fraser out there for the first time. Fraser representing England at the Commonwealth Games qualifiers as well. So again, another player with that 3x3 experience.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting competition. I'm looking forward to watching that one as well.
Yeah, that's going to be really fun. Might you be there as well in the Commonwealth Games?
Yeah.
Not necessarily on the basketball side.
No, I'll be competing in powerlifting and hopefully get a chance to pop over to the basketball.
Oh, what a shot!
That was Conroy. Dangerous from outside as well as inside the key.
And when you have a player like that who can shoot inside and takes the steal at the halfway line, doing it on both ends of the floor is Conroy. As she works against Griffiths. Morrow fading away off the rim, but steals there for the offensive rebound. And again, another chance here for the Phoenix. They are having their way on the glass.
They are, like we said, the offensive rebounds can make such a difference, especially in a game where Wolves are trying to get back a little bit. Phoenix are just dominating at the moment.
And Phoenix stretching out their lead. 16 points, 47-31 they lead here in the third quarter. And Amy Conroy up to 20 points now after that basket.
Timeout, yeah.
And timeout call. So 47-31, the Phoenix leading over the Wolves. And the Phoenix have certainly come out with intensity to start this third quarter after half time.
Yeah, third quarters can be so decisive in a game, especially if it's kind of close. If you come out with real intensity, can just extend that lead. Equally, if Wolves have been able to come out with a bit more intensity, then they could have brought it closer. So, yeah, it's all to play for, and third quarters can just be so pivotal.
It really is. And you said that just before half time as well, just before we went into the third quarter. So
yeah. I should be a coach.
So for the Wolves here, what do you want to try and see them do to try and counter this offence and the defence from?
They're not looking after the ball particularly well at the moment. They're not getting it over safely. I think that's the critical bit at the moment. So at the beginning of the game, they were getting it over safe and then not really getting a lot else off of it. But now they're not getting it over safe. There's been a couple of fumbles at the halfway line, that kind of thing. I think the player who's offensively at the halfway line needs to make contact and then pull away from the person who's defending them to stop them from getting in front and kind of getting that little hand on the pass or the steal.
So you've got some space between it. So.
I think, yeah, initiate the contact, pull off is what I always say to my players, because then you're dictating rather than them dictating.
So play your way and not be forced to play the way that they want you to. So let's see what they can do coming out of this timeout. And Patterson out of the timeout and puts the ball in the basket.
Is that 3 from 4 for her as well today?
Yes, it is. It is 3 from 4 and 6 points. And last year's finals MVP. And you called it before as well. Sophie Carrigal and Sophie Patterson both doing a great job defensively, but they can score. Yeah,
they're just really solid 1.5 point players, and if you've got 1 point and 1.5 point players that are doing that, it just makes it really difficult to defend.
Because you just know there's so many options out there on the team.
Yeah, because who do you leave? Who do you not defend? Because you'll have to rotate off of people. Who do you rotate off of?
As Atkin puts 2 in for the Wolves. And a long pass down the court will go out of bounds.
That was a bit of a wild one.
The Wolves will have it back just under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Timeout call there by the East London Phoenix.
And a timeout by the Phoenix. So 49-33, a 16-point lead for the Phoenix. And it's been a 16-6 run. We've still got 2 minutes to play, and the Phoenix are putting the points on the board.
Yeah, 16 in a quarter's pretty high scoring. What was it in the first quarter?
18, so really,
yeah.
really close there. And for a team for the Phoenix averaging 54.3 points a game, I mean, they're looking almost to surpass that here in the third quarter.
It looks like they will, for sure.
So leading the way, leading all scorers, it's Amy Conroy with 20 points, 6 rebounds and 6 assists. And for the Worcester Wolves, Jade Atkin with 14 points, 6 rebounds and 3 assists. And take a look at the rebounding, 23 rebounds for the Phoenix to 16 for the Worcester Wolves.
Right.
So that's obviously those extra chances that the Phoenix are getting.
And
7
offensive
rebounds.
offensive rebounds. They've had quite a few in that quarter, haven't they?
Yeah, and certainly they've been able to take advantage of those stops, so they're getting 10 points from turnovers for the Phoenix. And
That's
as
a
you
big
said,
stat. Big stat.
So back out on court, Atkin in control for the Worcester. Atkin against Conroy. Into Griffiths, scoops it up and doesn't get the shot to drop.
I was willing that one in. I thought that was a really great opportunity.
Conroy. Over to Carrigill. Swings it round to Morrow. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Morrow puts it up and puts it in.
I mean, the defense was all over her there. She still puts it away.
And she doesn't change the way she shoots, does she? She's very consistent in how
Very
she shoots.
consistent. And like, I don't know what she's like inside, but outwardly very calm.
Yes, yeah. Very composed out there on the court.
Very composed, yeah.
As Atkin finds Robinson. Robinson fading away. That's a tough angle as Morrow takes the rebound. And the Phoenix back on the attack. Morrow to Conroy. Conroy again fading away, gets the bounce. And Conroy up to 22 points here in the third quarter. Conroy had a huge 36-point game against the Mohawks earlier this season.
I was going to say, I feel like that's kind of an average kind of game for Amy.
It is, yeah. she's been averaging just about 24 points a game. As Fraser has Atkin. Back to Fraser.
Yep, good call. It was 3 seconds for sure.
So the Phoenix get it back with 14.5 seconds in the third. Morrow into Carrigill.
Jodie Waite working hard on the pick back here.
Doing a great job there at the halfway line as Conroy bullet pass underneath the basket. Steele's there for the rebound, cleaning up the glass. And DB Steele has just done that so well all weekend.
She really has. Look at how many points has she got for this game?
After that last basket, so 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 of those rebounds are offensive.
Yeah. She's a clean-up crew.
So
I feel like the pickback from Jodie Waite just gave them more big players than the defense was able to cope with.
Yeah, and they really took advantage of that.
They did, yeah.
So at the end of the third quarter, it's a 55-33 lead for the Phoenix over the Wolves, and they've really opened things up here in the third quarter. The Phoenix just stretching out that lead, a 20-8 run after that tied second quarter, but they really came out with the intensity, putting that defense on display, and they're a team that wants this. They want to go back to back, and they're saying this is what we need to do to get it done.
They're definitely looking like they really want this win today. Yeah, I mean, back to back, that's a good brag.
It is, isn't it? So 10 more minutes to play. And for the Wolves as well, obviously still a 22 point lead here. That's some quick maths. But still very doable, but need to start getting some points very quickly.
They really just need to get some stops. And I mean, 20 points in a quarter is a lot to give up. So I think they just really need to focus on defensively. Who do they need to stop? They have to give the shots to the low pointers, and as consistent as they are being today, I think that's the only real option they've got, because the bigs are just knocking it all down, aren't they?
You've got 22 points from Amy Conroy, 13 points from Katie Morrow, and then Sophie Patterson adding in 6 points, and Cara Gill with 2. So yeah, it's spread about as well. And then Jodie Waite off the bench, able to score.
Yeah.
That great cut to the basket.
Yeah, both Sophie Carrigal and Jodie Waite 1 from 2 from the floor. So they're doing their job.
It's effective, and 57% from the field for the Phoenix, 44% for the Wolves. Now, that's not a bad percentage.
No,
it's just the Phoenix are higher. And for the Wolves, it's been Lucy Robinson with 12 points and 6 rebounds, Jade Atkin with 14 points and 6 rebounds.
I feel like Wolves probably have had less shots over the course of the game as well.
Yeah, 36 shots for the Wolves in total and 45 for the Phoenix. And we've seen the Phoenix are playing very fast, aren't they? So
they are. They've got quite a few turnovers and just made life really difficult for Wolves.
As Atkins' shot doesn't go to start off the fourth quarter. So it will be sideline ball for the Phoenix.
Oh, I wasn't sure who that was going to then.
Morrow against Atkin, backs the ball out. Conroy fading away, nails it. And 24 points for Amy Conroy. 2 defenders on her, fading away, doesn't matter.
Makes it look so easy, doesn't she?
It's Fraser. Wait for the team to catch up here for the Wolves, gets the ball to Robinson. Robinson, and 6 seconds on the shot clock as Robinson drops it inside to Atkin. That was a great pass and finish.
I'm not sure how she got that shot off, but what a great finish that was.
It's precision passing. So Conroy has had the hot hand all season long for the Phoenix, not just in today's game. Gets the ball over to Morrow. Time running down here for the Phoenix. Morrow shots off the rim. Atkin dives in for the rebound, able to secure it for the Wolves.
And there it is, the pressure straight on.
And loose ball's picked up by Conroy, so the Phoenix get another chance here. As Conroy puts it up, shot bounces out again. And Fraser over to Robinson. Atkin, and that'll be a backcourt.
I was going to say, that was either very close or that was a backcourt.
Just a very slight wheel over the back. So the Phoenix get it back. But you see how quick Jade Atkin was getting down the court there.
There was another opportunity to kind of the defender was able to float, and they weren't able to get that easy pass to over the halfway line again.
As Conroy adds 2 more for the Phoenix. Yeah, and it's that pressure, isn't it? Again, it's that defensive pressure.
As soon as the ball's over, the pressure's straight on them.
Griffiths to Atkin. Gets the ball over the halfway line. As Adele Atkin
on 16 seconds.
Atkin, 6 seconds, long pass to Robinson, it's knocked away, and Conroy comes up with it, and Conroy out onto the break, racing down the floor, scoops it up and in, and Amy Conroy with a huge game so far for the East London Phoenix. Conroy, 28 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, nearly a double-double.
She's unstoppable, isn't she, right now?
She can just do everything. As Atkin working round the outside. Atkin, 4 seconds, drops it to Fraser. Fraser going to the basket.
Great finish.
And for the Wolves as well, they finished in 3rd place last year after a win over the Mohawks, made it to the final. So that's a really good step for them to be able to see that progression.
Great progression, and I think they've got a really good group, and obviously Claire leading them, guiding them along the way. You can see the progress in the team from last season.
So Fraser heads to the bench and Kelsey Lamb checks back in for the Wolves. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. As the Phoenix have increased their lead here up to 61-37 in the 4th as Cargill finds Morrow.
I don't think Phoenix are going to back off at all here. I think the press is going to be for the remainder of the game.
Not at all, that's how they want to play, as Cargill gets the offensive rebound and drops it inside. Oh, great pass! And Leah Smith gets herself onto the scoreboard.
She's only just come on, hasn't she?
Yes, straight off the bench. Instant impact there for Smith.
Coach's basket.
And Smith returning for the Phoenix, also representing Scotland at the under-18 home nations team. She's been named in that for this year. And one of the exciting young players to watch out there. We've got a lot of good junior talent that we've seen this weekend.
It's great to see so many youngsters. The level that they're at that age, it's phenomenal.
And if you're a player like you can play like that, and you've got Amy Conroy on your team, you must think, "Wow, I get to learn from Amy Conroy."
Yeah, well, there's worse people to learn from, isn't there? For sure.
It's Conroy against Griffiths. Conroy to Smith. It's knocked away though. Griffiths comes up with it, and we got a foul.
Bit of a late pass in, I think. She's kind of gone, I'd like the ball. Oh, it's not coming. Okay.
And even in situations like that, is that a good learning experience though? Because you're playing against top level competition, and these players might not see each other for a while now in the off season. So being able to get some reps up, is that really important?
I think, yeah. I mean, the international seasons keeps on going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the domestic season finishes. So some of these ladies will keep training. But yeah, I mean, the more game time you can get, nothing can replicate game time. Even training at high intensity never replicates a game. So the more time you can get on court, the better.
And Phoenix with some substitutions here as Beth Wheeler out on court. Robinson shot again, spins off the rim, and Clara Ogiako into the game, grabs the rebound for the Phoenix. And they also have Amy Smith out there on court, so some of the younger players gaining that experience as Smith shots too strong, but Ogiako tips the ball.
They just need to protect this because Jade is hunting them down.
And she's fast, is Jade Atkin. So they're stopping the ball there from going into the hands of Worcester and just making sure it's no easy points.
Basically, it was going to be a backcourt whenever they touched it, so they just need to make sure that either they didn't touch it, but it was going to be turnover either way. Just needed to not let the easy basket happen.
So time out called at 63-37. The Phoenix leading. We've got just under 5 minutes to play here in this Women's Premier League final. Over on court 2 in the 3rd and 4th place game, the Mohawks have taken the win over the Loughborough Lightning 55-36, and the Mohawks were led by Alice McAfee with 23 points and then Leanna Adams with 15. And for Loughborough, 16 points from Kaylee English and 2 assists.
That's a lot of points from a low point.
It is. That's great to see from Kaylee English as well. I have the opportunity to watch her play for the Revolution week in, week out, and it's that's great to see.
An exciting player again.
And a player that made her debut for GB at the European Championships in Sarajevo back in October, her senior debut. And there's a real lot of, like we said, a lot of exciting talent coming through, and being able to see it on all the different stages just been fantastic this weekend.
I think the progression in the younger players has been really apparent in the last couple of years. I think just need to keep going this way.
It's going in the right direction. As back onto the court. They'll stay with the Wolves. And Lamb will inbound. Kirsty van der Poel out for the Wolves. As Atkin into van der Poel. Van der Poel underneath the basket. Can't get it to drop. And ball's picked up by Conroy. Wheeler. Oh, back.
On the edge.
We've had a couple of those today, haven't we? So it'll be Phoenix ball from the sideline. Ball's into Wheeler. I'm not sure quite how she caught that. Great catch. And Beth Wheeler, the Premier Division MVP a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was quite a game.
That was a game, wasn't
Just
it?
thinking back to that one, yeah.
She was unstoppable from that mid-range, that free throw line, just sinking shots.
It goes back to what I was saying about picking who you want to take the shot. And they decided that she was the one that was going to get the shots, but she nailed them.
Oh, and Leah Smith nails the shot from the foul line, just on cue. And Leah Smith averaging 7.1 points a game for the Phoenix this season. Atkin to van der Poel, back to Atkin. Atkin on the baseline, not that time. And Amy Smith with the board. Gets it over to Wheeler. Ogiako. Smith. We'll wait for the team to catch up. Wheeler. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Wheeler is intercepted by Atkin. And the Wolves will push the pace. As Atkin to Lamb. Lamb going to the basket, gets the shot to drop, and the foul.
That's a tough foul, that one. That's a tough one.
Well, Kelsey Lamb with a chance at the foul line.
I feel like it was one of those that probably didn't need calling. You know, she just stopped for a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being nice.
So Lamb 2.2 assists per game for the Wolves this season. And doesn't get it to go.
A little bit of a fumble there from Amy Conroy, but she came up with the ball anyway.
Conroy to Wheeler. Wheeler in off the glass. And the Phoenix just stretching out the lead. Up to 12 points here in this fourth quarter. Atkin. Lamb. Over to van der Poel. Atkin under the basket, stops, spins, puts it in. And the foul.
Great finish.
And Jade Atkin will go to the line. She's been huge for the Wolves today. 18 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Part of the England 3x3 Commonwealth Games qualifiers team as she gets the roll.
Make that 19.
19 points, yeah. And Atkin out at the University of Illinois last year. Had a really strong season there.
They're getting a bit of pressure put on them now, Phoenix.
And van der Poel comes up with the ball. Wheeler will take it back. Conroy looks to have a path to the basket, scoops it in. And Amy Conroy with 30 points, 10 rebounds and 9 assists. So triple-double watch now for Amy Conroy. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. But that just shows just what an all-round player she is, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
As Atkin, a hand in her face, doesn't matter.
How did she get that? That was beautiful.
And Atkin now up to 20 points. Conroy to Smith. Atkin picks up the loose ball.
Yeah, Phoenix aren't enjoying it the other way around, are they?
Vanderpool on the baseline, not that time, and rebound from Wright. Was that a wheel out of bounds?
Hard to see from here, but I'm assuming so.
So it will be Phoenix possession. So Conroy gets the ball into Smith. Amy Smith over to Ogiako. Ogiako, great cut from Wheeler to the basket.
She did really well with that. The timing was fantastic. She just waited till Beth Wheeler had that line to basket. Really great passing.
Vanderpool for the Wolves. Over to Yearen. Yearen, and it's intercepted by Conroy. Smith back to Conroy. And that's the 4th steal now for Amy Conroy. There's Wheeler. And then Conroy putting the icing on the cake. Basket counts and the foul. So 32 points for Conroy. Another chance at the foul line. And she's just scoring for fun.
She is. Last couple have been layups, haven't they? And, nice little scoop shot. No pressure. Lovely.
And Amy Conroy, Commonwealth Games bronze medalist in 3x3 at Birmingham in 2022, nets the free throw. And she's up to 33 points. As she will take a very well-deserved rest on the bench, and DB Steele checks in. So Amy Conroy, to cheers from the supporters and her teammates, goes to the bench with 33 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists and 4 steals.
Oh, just too soon for that triple-double.
Yearen under the basket. And big offensive board there for the Wolves. They'll get themselves another chance as Atkin finishes.
Yeah, they've just dominated the second half, haven't they? Defensively, they've just not given Wolves what they want at all.
Yeah, and they certainly came out of that half-time break with a plan. They knew what they wanted to do. Able to hold the Wolves to 8 points in the third quarter. As Wheeler to steal, and steal with the short shot, bounces off the back iron. And Atkin has it for the Wolves. Vanderpool all the way to the hoop. Not that time, it's tipped. Wolves with time running down here, 11 seconds in the quarter. Lamb over to Atkin. Atkin can't get it to fall as the ball is with the Wolves, but it will be the East London Phoenix, who are the back-to-back Women's Premier League champions. A big win for the Phoenix, 74-46 over the Worcester Wolves, and the 4th placed London Phoenix coming out on top today, back-to-back champions. That's a huge win for the Phoenix.
Huge win, and it just shows it's a marathon, not a sprint. They didn't necessarily have the best build-up that they would have hoped for, but they've come out today with a game plan, and yesterday, and just absolutely taken it to their opposition. I think defense is what got them it today, but I mean, we've got to talk about Amy Conroy, right?
Absolutely. Amy Conroy, so 33 points for Amy Conroy, shooting 68% from the field, 10 rebounds, 4 of those offensive, 9 assists and 4 steals. It just shows what a player she is and how much impact she has on the game.
Yeah, just an all-round player. And I mean, if you can cut down her scoring, then you're in a game. But if you're letting her go out and score 30 points, then you're really going to struggle, especially with people like Katie Morrow backing her up.
Yeah, I mean, that's a formidable duo as well on offense that you've got there. And as we said, so Katie Morrow, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists and 2 steals. Sophie Patterson adding in 6 points. DB Steele with 10 points. A real all-round performance there from the Phoenix. And as we said, it's what makes them so dangerous to come up against, because they have so many threats out there on court.
And I think, you look at the shooting percentage as well. 58 is that?
Yeah.
58%. And I think actually that comes down to the low pointers, because if you look at the number of low pointers, you got 1 from 2, 3 from 4, 3 from 2. Beth was 2 from 2. You know, the other players have done a real great job.
Yeah, they have been able to do their roles as well. And for the Worcester Wolves, you know, that was a really tight game in the first half. We saw Jade Atkins, so she finished with 23 points, 8 rebounds and 5 assists, along with 3 steals. Lucy Robinson adding in 12 points, 6 rebounds and 6 assists. And for the Wolves, it was just that defensive pressure that they came up against. London were a juggernaut.
They just couldn't get what they wanted to get, and I mean, I guess that's the point, right? But they just couldn't find an answer for that defense that was so suffocating, and it just made all the difference today.
For the Wolves, 28 points in the paint to 48 for the Phoenix, and
that will hurt.
And for the Phoenix, they're a team that average 35 points in the paint generally throughout the season, so they've really been able to up their game here in the finals when they need to.
I think, yeah, the defense was next level from Phoenix today, and I'm always an advocate for tough defense, and I do think it wins games. Obviously, you have to put the ball in the basket as well, but
maybe we could see a game where it's just pure defense. Nobody scores.
You see a lot more games where it's more offense than defense, so I enjoy a good solid defensive win.
So we wait for the presentation of the trophy and the MVP award for the teams. Teams will collect their winners and runners-up medals. And in third place in the Women's Premier League, it is the Mohawks, taking third after that win against the Loughborough Lightning just a few minutes ago. And what a weekend it's been here. What a great showcase of the women's game this weekend.
I've really enjoyed it. I think all the close games yesterday, and then, I mean, the games today weren't as close, but I think that just the standard of play has been really exciting.
It has, and it's so exciting as well to see what's more to come.
And you look at I don't know the average age of the teams, but they feel quite young.
Yes.
And I think that's the exciting bit for me, is this talent that's coming through and being nurtured. And being led by this massive amount of experience by coaches like Claire and Addie. We love to see it.
It's fantastic, isn't it? And you've seen certain of the younger players as well say, they looked up to players like Amy Conroy, and now they're teammates with her, and that must be a really nice feeling. And it will be the same for even younger players that are looking for players now like Jade Atkin and Katie Morrow.
I think so. I mean, that is the point, right, of this whole setup, is to kind of progress the women's game, and we're seeing it. I think we're seeing it.
Yeah, we are. It's been great to see. So the Worcester Wolves collecting their runners-up medals on court, and what a great Women's Premier League season it's been as well. As we said, the 4th place East London Phoenix, with the knocking out the previously unbeaten Mohawks. Ade's got a great...
yeah, I was just chuckling to myself. He's got a fantastic wig on. You can see him there at the end. I think they might have had a bet.
He's probably happy enough if he's got the win. So the East London Phoenix will come and collect their winners' medals, and a great performance from the Phoenix. Back-to-back titles.
I think just a really great all-round performance. Obviously Amy was a standout in that game, but everyone just contributed.
They really did, and good to see some of the players getting that court time towards the end of the game, and contributing. And everyone able to get out on the floor.
Suits him, that colour.
Do you think he'll keep it for the next game?
It might fall off.
So the Phoenix have gone back-to-back, the Women's Premier League Championship final winners, as we wait for the announcement of the MVP.
4 steals, 9 assists, 10 rebounds, and 33 points. it's number 10, Amy Conroy.
And it is Amy Conroy, your MVP. 33 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists and 4 steals. A near triple-double for Amy Conroy. Has been with the Phoenix since the inaugural season of the Women's Premier League, so 5 seasons with the Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't really be anyone else, could it?
Now time to hand the trophy over to the winners.
And a really well-deserved MVP for Amy Conroy.
The women's
And Captain Sophie Patterson will be handed the trophy.
26, the East
And your 2025-26 Women's Premier League champions are the East London Phoenix. Congratulations to the Phoenix, a well-deserved win, back-to-back National Championship final wins for the Phoenix. Are they starting a dynasty here? Are they trying to rival the Lightning's three-peat?
Well, yeah, I guess we'll see next year. Great for Sophie Patterson as well. 2 wins on the trot.
Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations to the East London Phoenix, a really well-deserved win there. And for the Wolves, as we said, so much potential for both of these teams and a lot of talent coming through.
Yeah, I can't wait for next season. I'll be watching all the games.
And a big thank you to everybody who's joined us live here on the BWB YouTube channel. We've still got the Premier Division final and 3rd and 4th place game still to come. The 3rd and 4th place game taking place at 3 o'clock over on Court 2, so I better get myself over there quite sharpish.
Yes.
And then the Premier Division final taking place at 4 o'clock today. So a big thank you from myself, Kaz Bullock, and from Lou Sugden, and stay tuned to the BWB YouTube channel.
Good afternoon, and we are here in Derby for the British Wheelchair Basketball National Championship Finals at the conclusion of the Women's Premier League. I'm joined by Women's Premier League MVP Amy Conroy. Amy, how does it feel for you guys and the squad to get that win at the end of the final?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. We wanted it so badly, and I really love this team. Everyone gave it everything. Couldn't be prouder.
We could see that Coach Origami was changing things throughout the game. What was he saying during that game to keep you all locked in?
I can't remember. He said, he said, someone's going to win, someone's going to lose. Let's win, I think were his wise words. So
wise words.
Did him dirty there, yeah.
Simple, really easy.
Sure.
And you finished with 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 4 steals and 33 points. We know it's not all about you, but how does that make you feel to finish with a stat line like that at the end of a final?
Oh no, it really was such a team effort. Like all the dirty work, all the crossing, picking, everyone just played for each other. And we have so many of the OGs from when Phoenix first made a team. So it was just really special. But yeah, team effort.
And British wheelchair basketball being showcased in such an arena like the Derby Arena here. How does it feel for you guys to play in an arena like this in Derby with such a great atmosphere, great fans, and such great courts?
That was really intimate. Sorry, I just went in. What an incredible arena. I've never been here before. Having the velodrome. Yeah, it just feels like a huge event. British wheelchair basketball have done such a good job. And there's loads of new people who've never seen the sport before. And I love it when people are impressed and it's like feistier and faster and more dynamic than they think. So more fans the better.
Yeah, definitely. And a great showcase here for British wheelchair basketball. Amy, congratulations once more. MVP of the finals and the winners, East London Phoenix.
Sorry, I'm really deaf in one ear and I